Welcome back for another episode of More to the Story. I think I'm just going to start making episode a word
Yeah,
because
you
I
might as well.
accidentally say it
You said you
in
talk like me.
most.
You drunk?
Okay, well, let's not get crazy.
You're a dick. Hey, I'm to hear more,
I'm
and welcome
Farron
back
Moore.
to What's the Story.
Nigga, I'm about to suck your ass out. You know I hate that. That's why you flinched.
I didn't flinch.
Punto, why you flinch?
Jinx. Don't talk. Now, welcome to the To Hear More edition of More to the Story. We about to have a ball in this bitch because
Somebody say my name.
Nobody, you can't talk. Cam, don't say her motherfucking name either. We about to have a ball in this bitch. Let's talk about bad bitches. All right, Farron, you can talk.
Okay, so what does my want to say? No, exciting. I'm excited.
Good.
So jumping right into it, I have a DM. It looks like a text that someone shared. Damn it, Farron. There we go. Just just of someone not picking up hints. What's her name? Aja shared this. So thank you, Aja, for sharing this. So I guess it's another level to the text where she was asked what she was doing. She said she was cleaning.
Right.
And so this person responds, would love to come and clean for you. This way you can relax and enjoy your shows.
Oh, snap.
Right. Starts off nice, right?
Legit.
So what are you doing?
I was like,
You forgot to bring the thing?
no, I was just looking for a place so I
I know.
could. Yeah.
Last time you had a...
I didn't bring the tripod yet. Go
That's
ahead.
the name of it, tripod. Anyway, so she responds, LOL, no, I think I got it tonight, but that's an intriguing offer. So then, this one, it goes a bit too far. Hey, if you ever need it, just let me know. With the cleaning service, you get a full body massage head to toe.
Oh, snap. He's trying to clean more than the house.
So then he goes on to say, it all starts with a hot shower where all your muscles relax. Then you come lay down and rub some warm oil on you while massaging your entire body. Then I'll kiss you and I'll show my lips to every inch of you, all while caressing you. Then, ... to be continued.
Oh, wow.
So she didn't respond because it got awkward.
Yeah.
And some days later, he's like, hello, stranger. And then more days later, my offer is still standing, LOL. And I just hope these are like good examples of what not to do. That's discomforting
Oh, yeah, for sure.
to jump straight to that for
For the first time, too?
for a lot of women. Like it's
Here's-
not even funny in the moment until like a long time later when you're able to relax about it and shake off the grossness.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, but it's very...
Here's the thing. A lot of guys, not making excuses for them by any shape, form, or fashion, don't know how to flirt. They've never learned. They see what they've seen on TV, or guys picking up women in bars and clubs and buying a drink works, and then they hear rappers, and they don't have uncles or dad that taught them how to have a conversation with a woman. Their uncles are always referring to women as bitches, man, hold it easy, all of this type of stuff, and you don't know how to finesse, not in a scheme way, but finesse a situation to make yourself look good in the sense of like, throw on a nice shirt, throw on some nice shoes, some nice jeans, like get to know a person. Even if you're via text, you can get to know a person before you just be like, by the way, this dick. And also, mouth on your vagina. How about it?
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of guys don't know. And I feel like this year off has only perpetuated that spiraling cycle of communication and a breakdown of thereof. So it's unfortunate. But then there's also the women that works on. There are women that respond to that.
And then that also goes to, our mamas and daddies are, it's their business to like keep us safe and keep us, away from sex. And so we don't know, even as women, we don't know how to respond in these situations or even to pivot them.
Right.
So that, because, there's some things that she could have replied with to pivot it, to let him know, like, yo, wrong energy.
Absolutely.
But I want to keep talking to you, but not going down this lane. But we don't know how to address that. And so it's like, I'm just not going to say anything, and he'll get the hint and he'll go away.
Right. I know it's even harder in public, in person rather, because guys have shown that they don't know how to take rejection. But I think over the phone, via text, there's ample time and area for you to address that at that moment. Because if you like hope it's going to go away, you don't know what type of person you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they show you crazy right out the gate, then at least you know now, block, let me write this person's name down just in case some crazy shit happens. But, I think that's a perfect place for you to check. But like, nah, you can't approach me like that. Yeah.
Because, I mean, my immediate response would have been like, whoa, getting ahead of yourself. You coming over here to clean. I'm handing you a vacuum. Like, like just pivot the situation. But so many of us just don't know how to do that. And so we just remove ourselves. Like I saw in one a past disturbing DM, like the chick just didn't respond and the guy was just texting for like months and months and months. But somebody in the comments was like, she the crazy one, she should have responded. I'm like, we don't know how sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
Or it's like, is this responding going to cause like a whole kind of threatening back and forth?
Yeah.
So I'd rather just go silent.
And ghost.
Yeah. So.
Ladies, how do you want a guy to approach you? For the ladies that are here and listening live and watching live, and fellas, how do you shoot your shot, like respectfully? And women, ladies, how do you guys want a man to approach you? Because I think when I approach you, I just was like, hey, what's up? I'm that nigga. I don't know if you've heard about me.
Every time you tell this story, it's different and more ridiculous.
But I mean, that's pretty accurate. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm me. If you've seen me perform a couple times,
I had not seen you perform at all.
Okay, well, I had performed a lot.
I had just seen you around the campus, but I had not actually seen you
I dressed
perform.
nice though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I was like,
you would call my eye or whatever.
You goddamn right. And then guys also, like, I think it's very important, guys, you have to understand, like, in the world that we live in, I mean, even before the pandemic, you coming over a lady's house for the first time is already scary enough for them, especially if you guys haven't met prior to. You need to meet in a well-lit place. You always got to think about the safety and how comfortable the lady is, because she don't know you. She don't know what you're capable of. She don't know your history. She don't know your relationship past, or if you're a violent type person, if you're quick to get angry. So you always have to think about that woman's comfortability level. Like no one should ever just invite you over their house late at night, and you shouldn't want to go over to. You don't know if she crazy. Women be crazy as fuck, bro. Women be
bitches. Am I right?
Listen, I showed Farron a text message of a chick who tried to put me on blast on some crazy shit and came at me sideways, and then at the end of it was like, but anyway, no. I was like, do you see this? Do you see, like, yo,
psycho?
People be crazy, bro. So like, yo, don't put yourself out there either, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And even if you go over there and they try to do something to you and you respond, if the cops come, they're gonna take the woman's side more times than not. So don't put yourself in a situation where you have to be a victim or you have to protect yourself. Take it slow, man. Like, I get it. Sex is great, but y'all better start learning these motherfuckers first. and don't always invite somebody out for drinks, because it's getting to a point now where, because of laws and the way they have changed, a woman cannot consent to sex if she is under the influence. So you're inviting a woman out for drinks with hopes of taking her back to your place or her place to have sex. And if she wakes up in the morning and she realizes she made a mistake, she could say...
Or she just doesn't remember.
Or she doesn't remember
anything.
You could be held liable for that. Like, that's a real thing. Y'all better start going on coffee dates. And then she be like, what the fuck, you cheat? Be like, nah, bitch, I am trying to stay out of jail.
Look. Watch Law and Order SVU.
Right, with the windows open and the blinds up.
To learn what not to do.
Yeah, I'm straight up, man. Like you better take your time. Don't be rushing that shit, man, because it's too much going on right now, man. You got to protect your life, protect your energy, and protect yourself, man. Stop trying to invite people. Listen, man, you can have a great time on a coffee date.
Yeah, one of our first outings was broad daylight, middle of the day to a Starbucks. I didn't even drink coffee at the time, but yeah, to a Starbucks.
Starbucks.
It was super chill.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Got to know her. I was like, okay, because you played me with that number bullshit.
So why do you bring this up?
Because you hurt my feelings. You gave me a house phone.
That's all I had. Nigga, you keep bringing it up, hurts my feelings.
You should have told me.
I was poor. I needed help. I was in despair.
You shut up.
And you just keep bringing up just a very painful part of my life. And I need more support and understanding from you.
Yeah, I hear you, baby.
You hear me?
But also shut up.
No respect.
None.
But yeah, that took kind of a serious turn because it just like I just felt her discomfort in that, and just like, nope, I'm just bowing out. I can't.
And let me say this. I'm sorry. I got to just touch on this. Fellas, if you see some bullshit going on, I'm not telling you to be a hero and some shit like that, but let your presence be known. Let your presence be known when you see a nigga acting ridiculous. Like I keep thinking back on that video where those ladies were sitting at a table outside and that dude walked up to them and got all angry and stuff like that, and then went back to his car to get a gun because they turned him down. Now, I'm not saying in that situation, block them from the bullet and shit like that. If you got that on your heart, then hey, bless you, brother. God has put you on this earth for a different reason. But he felt entitled because he thought no one would be there to protect them, to stand up for them, and
that happens a lot amongst men. Like you just feel like you can't tell your bro to stop doing whatever dumb shit he's doing, and so your silence is compliance. Like,
I don't get with that shit. I don't hang with niggas that put their hand on.
You not being the type to do what they're doing is not enough. You need to be like, yo, stop.
No, you're right.
This ain't cool. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
and I will definitely tell you why. Like, yo, what's up, man? I ain't heard from you in a while, dude. I can't get down with the fact that you hit your lady.
Right.
That's not cool. I can't tell her to leave, but I can tell you need to stop, and I won't be a part of that. I grew up watching my mom get beat, literally. Watching my stepdad drag her, hit her, slap her, punch her. Her 2 front teeth are missing because my stepdad smashed her face on the counter. So I despise men that put their hands on women. It is a special place in hell for them. I don't like them, and any opportunity I get to let people know about that, I will, because that's some weak shit to me.
Yeah.
That is some really, really weak shit. And I don't stand by idle and watch that shit happen in front of me. Don't do that shit in front of me, because I'm going to definitely say something. Our neighbor, we've talked about this before.
Oh, yeah.
Before we moved, I heard our neighbors across the hall from us fighting. And I don't know if they was about to get it in or what, because they were both naked when they started fighting. And I heard her scream. We watched TV. I turned everything off. And I walked outside, and the door was open, so the screen door was, I could see the screen door, and he was standing over her. He was talking calmly, but she was crying and screaming. And then I went and stood in front of that window, because we had a big window in our front rooms, and I just stood there and by the patio so he would see I was there. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." Now I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'm just staying here, because if you put your hands on her, I'm coming in. As simple as that. I don't give a fuck who you are." And they were cool up until that point. They had some twins and
with big heads,
with big ass.
Very big fucking heads.
And this is every time, every so often, Farron be like, I think we want to have a baby and all that. I be like, no. Do you remember how we talk about other people's kids?
Our kid gonna be so fucked up.
Oh, he gonna come out he gonna be a fucking Chucky doll with a rhinoceros head.
We could not have a kid the way
Absolutely
we talk about
not.
other people's kids.
We shitting on people's babies.
Our kid gonna be walking around licking walls and doing knobs. Like we could not.
No, we don't do that shit. No, way better than that.
Yes. So I like that this actually pretty much pivoted pretty well into our topic for today.
Yes.
because you brought up your feels on and I share the same sentiment on domestic violence. Period. Whether it's a man or a woman doing the beating, is not okay.
Right.
And recently, our close friend Chris Brown. He's not a close friend.
Not at all.
Chris Brown has ended up back in the news
Yeah.
on some domestic violence issue, and it just got me to thinking of this whole cancel culture and how we're so on board with it in some cases, and so just mixed emotions on others, and whether or not it's even vital, if it's even helping with social change.
Right.
Like, how helpful is it actually? So in that also I was prompted. Actually, I started looking this up before the Chris Brown thing came up, because I thought of it with Chrissy Teigen's story as well, which is kind of snowballed, and it seemed like old boy shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, like he looking hella dumb now, and now it's like, Chrissy, all is forgiven. Come back to us. But so I looked up just like the pros and cons of the cancel culture, and I want to get into it. Britannica had a really good, like, this is what's good about it, but then this is what's bad, and this is why. And so let's just dive in.
Okay.
Well, guys, the world is opening back up finally. But guess what? I still don't like going to the grocery store. That's right. I said it. I don't. But you know what I realized? I still got to eat. And that's why I rock with HelloFresh, because they get it right to my door, which is also why they're America's #1 meal kit. Listen, I don't want to have to go and deal with the parking lots because everybody's back outside now, and I got to circle around 3 times and end up parking on the street because so many people, or forget my reusable bags and have to run back. You know that awkward run when you don't really want to. Well, I don't want to have to do all of that. The aisles are all crowded. Listen, HelloFresh comes right to your front door. Right to your front door. Do you understand what I'm saying? They cut all the stress out of meal planning, and the trips to the grocery store, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or less. That's me. That's what I need in my life, okay? You get to try HelloFresh quick and easy meals. These are 15 to 20-minute dinners, breakfast on the go, and more. And listen, super easy. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritionist experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. That's me. Delicious and simplistic. That needs to be my tagline right there. So whether you have a busy lifestyle and don't have the time to go to the grocery store, or you just despise going to the grocery store, the parking, the crowded aisles, the long checkouts, you need to abandon that way of thinking and that process and get with this HelloFresh. And listen, because you know I rock with y'all, I'm gonna hook y'all up with up to 14 free meals and free shipping. How's that sound? Fantastic. I know it sounds fantastic. That's why I'm doing it for you. All you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com/14more. That's MOORE, and use the promo code 14more for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. Listen, you heard right, up to 14 meals. All you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com/14more and use the code 14more for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. You know that free shipping is a little cherry on top. Who don't like a little cherry on top? Listen, I encourage you guys to check this out right now. Do yourself a favor with some flavor. Get this HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
All right, go ahead with your little story. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, we have Ty Davis. I'm about to steal on you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do your thing. Show.
Is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Ty Davis in the house. Thank y'all so much. Round of applause. Round of applause for Ty Davis, man. She in the house.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm excited. Yeah, you want to tell a little bit about who you are and things and such?
Sure.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Well, my name's Ty Davis. I'm a stand-up comedian, writer, radio personality, actress, and, just out here, try and make it and stuff. That's what I be doing.
She from Baltimore, but she from the South too, though.
Oh yeah, I was born in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I've been in Baltimore, Maryland for like the past 20 years or so, and that's where I started comedy. So Baltimore's home.
The Ville.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Vietnam and Bodymore Murderland. Like, wow. That is my history. All right.
Yo, that's
scary.
That's extreme. That's extreme.
Scary,
Yeah, so don't
friend.
play in my face.
Behind the back is fine, but not in the face. You don't
Yeah.
allow that shit at all.
Yeah.
That's where she draws the line.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So let's go. We were getting into
Yes.
culture, cancel culture, and the pros and the cons of it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So, this first one, they also call it call-out culture.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of the pros is that it allows marginalized people to seek accountability where the justice system fails them. Because somebody quoted that if we had a actual justice system, then cancel culture wouldn't even be needed. Basically, that's paraphrasing. But like if the justice system held people who commit like actual crimes accountable properly, then the people wouldn't need to band together to cancel.
I feel like there's always going to be a group of people that are unsatisfied with something, though. Like, I will admit that the law is kind of dragging their feet with catching up with some of the technology, with copyright infringement and, things of that, revenge porn and things of that nature, like posting stuff like that. But I feel like there's always going to be a group of people that just are the antagonists, like a group of people who are like the Joker, that just wake up and want to watch the world burn, and they're never happy. They always got something to say about something.
Yeah.
I even apologized on the post. I apologized about the Americana, and somebody was like, I appreciate good looks on apologizing, but the damage is already done. Think about that person that got called out or singled out and all that type of stuff. And you're speaking on something that you don't even know.
You don't have all the facts.
You don't have all. I didn't have all the facts, and neither do you. And you're right now just talking. You don't know that we called out the Americana. The manager of Americana called us. I told him the situation and what I thought happened. He contacted the head of valet. Nobody was singled out. None of the valet drivers was singled out. They reviewed footage, the head of the valet and the president, and then they got back to us, and then the police did their own investigation. So nobody was singled out. So people will see something, and based on minimum facts, the exact same thing I did, make an accusation and then run with that. The only difference is I owned up to it. I apologized on 2 different platforms. The 2 platforms I called them out. I had already deleted the post, so I was owning my character flaw and my mishap. But other people sometimes just want to say something.
Yeah. Definitely. And that's kind of what happened with Chrissy Teigen's story, because she said that based on some doctor tweets or whatever, she, called this person a racist and had DM'd him some hurtful things. But then she later realized, like, oh, this was doctored. So she deleted her post and even addressed him in his DM or whatever. But then fast forward 7 years when, because Chrissy Teigen was a bully, and she had said something about, somebody else, and that person called her out recently about it. And so then that guy comes back and was like, yeah, she told me that she wants me to die and all this stuff. And they were like, okay, show us, like, proof. And he had doctored tweets that they said were photoshopped. So it's like you wanted to insert yourself in this so bad when accountability was it was already taken care of. It was already handled, and you just had to move on. But also just thinking about the Me Too movement. The back to the pro of cancel culture. Just it helps hold people accountable. There were women who like went to authority figures, went to the police, all these things, told friends and all this, and nothing was happening. It was like kind of a well-known secret that Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby were doing the damage that they were doing. Yeah. And it wasn't until social media was a thing and more people saw it and was like, yo, this is not okay, that these men were held accountable, and so much more dirt came up. Yeah. Like there's been damn near like 2,000 charges across about 700 people. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot happening.
And I feel like that's definitely a big thing also in like the military. Like we've heard so many stories of that too happening there. So hopefully it gets some light shed on that as well, because you got people who are signing up to protect the country, whether it be, you know, for the bonus or college or whatever, and they have to still deal with this type of misogyny and just lewd conduct. And it's like, damn, where is a safe space for women to just exist?
Right. It
Baltimore?
has literally-
Listen, well, it's
She's like, in Baltimore, it's not safe, but you learn how to defend yourself better.
you know the thing that I find funny about it is like we find ways to defend ourselves, and in us defending ourselves, then we get the label of being angry black women, or you're so aggressive, and it's like, listen, I'm adapting and evolving to whatever situation that I'm in. And so I get told a lot, Ty, you too aggressive, and Ty, you're intimidating. Intimidating means fear, and if you're afraid of me, you should be.
Oh, sure. All right. I understand.
And get your scared ass
Yes,
out my
our
face.
face.
Yes.
So,
Hey, y'all. Hey.
Yeah.
hey, y'all, hey. So,
I had a man I worked with call me brash. And this is the same man I hear yelling on the phone to a client of his that he was going to shit in his mouth. So,
That's
I'm
different.
brash,
That's different.
sir.
Do you know the effort it would take to shit in somebody's mouth? You either have to knock them out or drug them, and then you have to squat down without a squatty potty and actually shit in their mouth.
you want to...
That's a lot of effort.
So you going to hover your booty over somebody's mouth? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and then you have to open their mouth and then partake
Why
in
are
it.
we breaking down?
It's so
That's a lot of
ridiculous.
work.
Some of these threats are so idle and so ridiculous. Like, why would you even want to do that?
Like,
Because then you gotta walk to the
But he
bathroom with a
was
shitty
never-
ass and then wipe.
he was never reprimanded. Like, nobody ever called attention to the fact that he's like screaming on the phone to a client, you know, that these terrible things. But yet he had the balls to tell me I was brash. And I'm like,
It's probably because he never had a woman come to him with the energy that you come. Let me tell you something. Sometimes Farron be saying we've had some strong talks the last couple of days, and Farron was like, well, tell me what you like and stuff. I'm like, sometimes I just go with what you like because I don't want to have to see the attitude change, and then I also don't want to have the talks. Farron will listen. We will have a good day, and she's like, well, how'd you like it? I'm like, oh, it's good. It was good. This, and that. It's like, cool. So what did you think about this part? Why you just ain't give me a worksheet? Why you just ain't give me a worksheet
I mean,
to
look
do?
legit. Like, you know what? Sit down and write me an essay and tell
Listen,
me.
I just go with whatever you like. And we've had a talk because TMI time. She was like, in the bedroom, I want to be submissive, right? She's like, I am very assertive and very alpha in every other part of her life. But she was like, in the bedroom, I want to be submissive. And I'm like,
Yes.
I get that, but you have to understand, like, there are times when you scare me, like. And it's like, it's hard to be submissive around her. I mean, dominant around her when, like, you know, I'm like, hey, nigga, hey, whatever you like. You want? Oh, you want me to hit it from the back? Okay, cool. Let's go from the back. You want me to turn you over?
But it's so crazy because it's because I'm like that sometimes I'm like, I just need to be told, shut the fuck up and do what I tell you to do. Like, that's the energy I need sometimes.
It sounds like you're a switch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, she called
Absolutely.
switch
Because I'm a switch. No, like
No,
that's a term in
that's a
the
term in-
BDSM world.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And another part is, like, I had this warped perception of what marriage was be. Is like, yo, just keep the wife happy type thing. So it's like, I could be brash with other people and talk shit to other people. Like, who the fuck you talking to? Like, man, woman, whoever fuck. But with her, I want to cater to her. You know what I'm saying? It's my queen. You feel me? So it's hard to tell her. So it's hard to tell her, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because I never wanted to be that person. But now that she's giving me the green light to be a little more me, and I've adjusted my mindset of what marriage is a little. I'm getting more into the habit
Yeah.
of being that person without
But
drugs.
it's been fun though. Like we're still learning each other.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
said without drugs.
Because listen,
Without drugs and alcohol.
when I'm rolling, dude, and got that liquor up in my system, it's hey, fuck, you talking to?
And I'll be right there. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh my God.
Yo, stay focused.
Okay.
We just barely made it off the first point. God.
I feel like I just watched you guys do stuff.
Not for free, you didn't. You get a preview, but you won't get it for free. My bad.
Like, hey, y'all, hey.
Okay.
What y'all do?
Bringing it back.
Okay.
Bringing it back. Okay. So, a con to cancel culture, call out culture, whatever you want to call it, is the amount of online bullying from people who don't have the full story. Like the violence and the threats. Like people get really serious and really just mean and nasty and show the worst sides of themselves and don't even have all the information. And it's just so crazy that you just feel like you're entitled to voice all of this when you know you're only hearing this one side. You only got these 280 characters in a tweet, and you just taking that shit and running with it. Because it made me think of an episode of Black Mirror. It's an old episode, so spoiler alert if you ain't seen it. But it's this one episode where somebody did something messed up, and so I can't remember all the details. It was a while ago when I watched it, but they started a hashtag death to that person. And so every time somebody was caught doing something messed up, they would hashtag a death to whoever. And so this computer programmy dude decided to like turn the tables on people who are using this hashtag. And so it started out like the people who were being threatened, like the more tweets, more hashtags that were used towards that person, he would kill them. And he did it like 2 or 3 times, but then turned it around, and everybody who had ever used the hashtag, they got targeted, wiped out hundreds of thousands of people.
I've got to see
Over
this.
across the world. It was
Damn.
I'm
crazy.
interested.
And so it just made people look at like, yo, I threatened death on somebody, and yeah, it's just a hashtag, but that shit's so hurtful.
Right.
And you know, like it's people behind these accounts and stuff, and people just feel like, oh, since they're anonymous, they get to say whatever the fuck they want to say.
Yeah, they think it's freedom. I'd be like, I wish one day I could see you in person.
You're right.
I beat your ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause people be reckless. Like, and sometimes, like, in your comments or other people's comments, like the one you were talking about, I'll be like, let me go ahead and put this computer phone down because I'm going to forget that, you know, and I'll be in there like, because what you not going to do? And then I'll be like, I don't even know these people. They are computer strangers. I don't know them. And I'll have to leave. But on my post, it goes down on my post. Like, I will block, restrict, delete. Like, I do all kinds of stuff. And but it's like, square up, cuz. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cancel culture is kind of subjective if you think about it. Like, it's 7.5 billion people on the planet. We're not all on the same accord at all times about any damn thing.
Right.
So it's like for a group of people that are like, oh, we're going to cancel this person. There's another group of people that are like, but let's give them another shot.
Right.
Like, believe it or not, R. Kelly, there is a huge faction of people that are like, we still love you. And I'm like, hey, man, would you leave your kid around him?
Right.
And they'll be like, yes. And I'll be like, all right, well,
You're a different type of person.
you know,
You're a
cool.
different type of
Say,
person.
I
So,
would not.
and like anytime the topic of cancel culture comes up, I always try to think of who has actually ever been canceled. Like who? Like there's not one person that has been canceled. Like I know there's been times where they say, oh, such and such is canceled. And I was like, didn't we cancel them 6 months ago? Or then they want you to cancel somebody. I'm like, I can't cancel this person because I never subscribed to them in the first place.
Right.
So I don't even think cancel culture is real. Like I've been canceled a couple times by stuff and I'd be like, boy, fuck you. You know, you be back. Like how you cancel me, but you stay looking, you know, I can see you in my scenes on my stories. Like I'm not canceled. You still looking with your looking ass.
So looking at my thing with cancel culture is like in situations where I know I may be facing court of public opinion, sometimes it's easier just not to even address certain things.
Yep.
Because you can address it with proof, you can address it with facts, but once people have already subscribed to a certain narrative, they're going to stick with that.
Yep.
And it's almost like a president or somebody running for presidency. They're not going to spend a lot of time and effort in states that they know they like. Like Trump ain't going to come to California like that because he knows it's a liberal state. But he's going to go to Arkansas, he's going to go to Alabama and places like that where he knows that his following is already there, and he might hit up some swing states because people are going to subscribe to what they want to subscribe to, and they're going to believe what they want to believe. They're going to put out what they want to put out.
It's so much easier for people to believe negative things over positive things. So, I mean, that's why when someone wholeheartedly apologizes, like, it drives me crazy when like super old things that people have said come out. Because I'm like, they have grown and they don't even walk that way anymore. And sometimes it's like, stop bringing up shit that happened that they did 15 years ago. 15 years ago, like I was a bigger asshole than I am today. So, but I don't walk in that same lane anymore.
You reserve the right to grow and evolve from whatever space, because I'm not the same person I was 15 minutes ago, let alone, and I know, listen, I'm going to put it out there right now, I'm going to be a huge star of epic proportions.
Yes,
And,
claim it, walk in it.
They are going to pull up some stuff that I've said, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I said that. I did, but that was my ratchet bald head hoe phase. I'm different now, so I'm not gonna be apologizing for stuff that I've moved on from. And forgiveness is only hard for us. Like forgiving other people, that's the easy thing, but you have to forgive yourself. So if I've absolved myself of whatever I've said and done, you can go to hell.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, things said is one thing, but committing crimes, nigga, if you are still under the statute of limitations, your ass going to jail.
Right.
I mean, well, it got expunged, so I'm good. Like you run my stuff now, ain't nothing coming up. It's all gone.
She's like, half my file is redacted now.
It is
You
gone.
going to jail now.
You're welcome.
But I don't know, because I feel like bouncing back, because I brought up, we talked about a little bit about domestic violence, and I brought up Chris Brown, how he's back in the news about something. And like at first it was like, okay, it seemed plausible that it was a heat of the moment, I fucked up, I'm sorry situation. But then the more things rolled out, it was like, oh no, this is how you move. And but it didn't seem like he got the level, just like R. Kelly. They didn't get the level of cancellation that their actions, in my opinion, called for. So it's like, I'm not about to buy, which at this point, who's really buying anybody's music, but I'm not trying to go to concerts and grab merch or whatever of these artists, because you're not about to have use my money to go slap somebody up, so, or rape a kid. So it's just like how we're just so all over the place about it. And it just makes people move in fear on where their stance should be, because it's so mixed up. You know what I'm saying?
Like I've moved from the space of fear of saying things, and it's just about whatever I'm comfortable with. Like I remember I was doing an interview a couple weeks ago, and somebody asked me about the whole Gary Owen and his wife split situation, and I was like, they were like, what do you think about that? I was like, I don't think anything about that. I think a man and woman are going through some things, and it's playing out publicly. And quite personally, if it were me, I would prefer people not insert themselves in my business. That was me basically saying with a bunch of words, I'm minding my damn business. The person said, what she really means to say is that one day she may want to open up for Gary Owen, and that's why
They ain't got nothing to do with.
I'm minding my business.
Right.
Man, listen, people want you to be in some shit so bad.
Like, why do you need me to say anything about this now? If I'm on the phone with my good girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, girl, let me tell you this tea or this.
Right.
But publicly, I operate under a system of restraint. So like people, and don't ask me a closed question. Like, Ty, do you think such and such? Yes.
No elaboration.
I answered your question.
No elaboration.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. No. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's another thing that people are missing, like media training. Like I've seen people do interviews and they don't know how to speak or when not to speak. Like there's certain subjects I will absolutely not talk about. So you can go to hell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, pro to cancel culture. I feel like this kind of is repetitive, but let's get into it anyway. It gives a voice to disenfranchised or less powerful people.
Mm.
Those that don't feel me, more specifically women, minorities, the gay community, like just this
Strength in numbers, absolutely.
yeah. So it's like a whole I'm
Backing
not
it.
alone in this, like this is a an assault to the collective. And before, our feelings didn't matter because you didn't see us in a big enough way. And having social media and just the people feeling more of a part of a group lets them be seen in a bigger way. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I know. So, excuse me. So we touched on this one just a little bit already. It's as a con, it's not productive and does not bring about social change. Like there's just it's some people who just go dark for a little bit, then they pop back up and it's all good. And as examples, the Britannica little debate piece I read brought up Louis C.K. And it's like he took about a 10-month vacation before selling out like a dozen shows. Like he just had to go quiet and then come back up and everything was all good. And even with both R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, like there were increases in their music streaming and everything. And what Kevin Hart did before the Oscars, like he didn't do it. He pulled himself away from it or was asked to back away from it, but there was no decline in his sales or his audience or listenership or anything. So it's like it just like raises people's hackles for nothing, because in a lot of cases, like nothing ever comes of it,
Yep.
I mean, it does bring awareness to it. And, the masses are always going to do what they want. But, free thinkers are going to be like, I don't want to subscribe to that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, I know when I had already stopped listening to R. Kelly as much, but, like, when everything, like, hit the fan, like, I just deleted all the playlists and all of that. Because it's like, I don't even want to support it in even the most minute way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because I still don't rock with Kanye. I don't. I'm very adamant
Yeah,
about
you
it.
are.
Like I don't listen to I don't really listen to the old Kanye. I've never bought a pair of Yeezys. I just don't. Bro, you can't like. So many people are impressionable. When you start talking like that, you start to change the minds of people, and not even with good rhetoric. You just out here just saying whatever, and it's just like I can't support that. I can't get behind that. So I'm still good on him.
Yep. I feel you. So the another pro, this the last one, says that cancel culture is simply a new form of boycotting. It's a cherished tactic in the civil rights movement to bring about social change. So in some ways it helps, and in some ways it doesn't. I just feel like people just need to be more responsible and just be more like mindful. And if you gonna hate somebody, then get all the information. But whatever. So just another form of boycotting, and it can have a super impactful impact on brands' awareness of their what are they, consumers and everything. Just like the NFL realized they fucked up with Kaepernick. And so now they're like, it's okay for everyone to take a knee whenever they want to and just want to do all this, but you still, like, you tried to ruin this man's life.
Absolutely.
and
Blackballed him for sure.
Right. Like nobody wanted him after that. So, and I'm sure some people came knocking later, and he's like, oh no, fuck you, because you all turned your back on me.
Yeah.
So,
Assholes.
and I didn't realize that, which, so many things are happening at the same time, but that Dolce and Gabbana had gotten in trouble with the Chinese community. And were, called out for some prejudice and racist comments and everything. And because the communities, somebody brought attention to it and the community banded together to boycott them. They ended up losing like $2 million in just a few days.
Yeah.
Because of it. So, it's when it's done,
These people
when
have-
it's informed and done well, it is effective.
These athletes, these celebrities, they have so much power they don't even realize. Like, Cam, you heard about the story about that soccer player who was at a press conference and he just moved the Coke can and he was like agua, and Coke lost, what was it, like $4 billion or something, like $4 million just off that guy doing that.
Really? Wait, so he wanted water and
He was just
Coke?
like no Coke, nigga. Agua.
Aw.
Yeah, and Coke was like, nigga. I don't know if it was like $4 billion or $4 million.
I think it was in the million. Right?
Yeah, $4 million, like
Shit.
from him just doing that. Like,
Aw.
but I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's the influence. So people just be out here
Yeah.
talking,
Yeah.
and I get it, man. It's a
But I just feel like it causes so much fear amongst the
definitely does.
celebrities and stuff, because it's like people are now treating celebrities like,
They're perfect.
don't have an opinion on political things. You stay quiet. If you're an actor, you stick to acting. But it's like, I'm a person in this world,
Yes.
and so I should be able to voice my opinion. And because no one's alone in their story, I should be okay to voice it. And if
it's
you
tough.
agree, but don't just cancel me because you disagree. Like, it's okay for us. Like, what was that pastor's name? The church we went to when we first moved here. He just spoke on the fact that
Bishop Omar
yeah,
from East St. Louis.
yeah.
Bishop Omar.
So yeah, he just spoke on the fact that like you will never fully align with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You won't fully align with your pastor's beliefs. You won't fully align with the president's beliefs. You won't fully align with your boss's beliefs. Like, you will never fully align on all fronts. So like, you have to go with who better represents you. Like, so it's okay to not be in agreement on certain points.
Yeah.
Like, so, but people just take it to a whole nother of the level.
Whole nother other level.
Another other
She said
level.
what she said.
I know. I repeated what she said.
She said
I
what
just
she
want
said.
people to know that I heard it.
Oh,
Oh,
child.
wait a minute. That
Child,
was
he is sitting here being
very
his
extra.
worst self. Ain't
Pinky
he?
is okay. Pinky, okay. Pinky.
Oh my God. I could just.
I mean, freedom of speech ain't free. That's what people got to understand. Like, you can say what you want, but just be prepared for the consequences. So,
It just makes it does make it kind of not fun to do interviews, to speak about anything, because any little thing, people are looking for a reason to screenshot it, save it 5 years from now, bring it out and all that type of shit. And just be like, bruh, all right, nigga.
Yeah. I was reading, it pointed out that there's like, we're constantly saying that the Black community is constantly saying, we need like true white allies, to band with us and everything. And it's like, but because of the whole cancel culture and everything, they're in fear of saying something and ruining their own lives. And it's like, I totally understand that, because it's it's a lot of things in the Black community we don't speak up on or don't say certain things about because it would ruin us, So it's just, you have to. I just feel like it's more of a hindrance than a help. But let's agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
So this is where I want to just wrapping up. I just
In
have a few
summation.
questions.
it is conclusive that.
I hate you both. Yes, but just wrapping up, I just have some questions, because both sides make such wonderful points. And so it's just, I want to know what the more to the story people feel. Like, are we okay with forgiving those with like reasonable past transgressions? Why or why not? Like, don't just tell me no, like Ty would do. Tell me
No.
just no. Are we willing to move on after apologies? Like, are we accepting of apologies? I feel like some people's apologies were like, oh yeah, and other people were like, man, fuck you. And
Boy,
it's like,
fuck you.
why? Why do we? Why
You go to hell, bitch.
right. Take your apology. But yeah. So and what's an alternative to this cancel culture? What are some other ways? Like what level of justice are we okay with? Before we allow people back into our circle or just in our circle of support. So
People ain't gonna agree on the answer to that.
I know, but I just
Yeah,
want to
I mean,
know.
it's
I
like-
just want to hear. I just want to hear the things. So either in the comments or even email us at wordtothestorypodcast@gmail.com because I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what the people is thinking. Yes, thank you, you guys. This was a great conversation.
Yeah.
Ty, what you got coming up? Tell the people where to find you. You told us who you are. Now tell us.
Well,
Where to find
because I know it's a delay in taping stuff. So listen, just go to the computer phone and type in comedian Ty Davis. And that's my Instagram. And my link tree will put you into all of the other places tonight, which is it's probably going to be after this. But tonight, I'm at the Laugh Factory doing chocolate sundaes.
I feel like this one will air on July 6th.
Okay, well, I will have already destroyed that, and the video will actually be going viral by the time this comes out. Let me see, July. I got some stuff. Some tour dates. Some people are lovely enough to let me tag on. So just go to the Instagram, and I put all my business about what shows and what things I'm doing. So please, but I don't put my other business on there. Like, y'all don't know that.
Did you already share your IG? Comedian Ty Davis?
Comedian Ty Davis, and that's T.Y. Davis. And I spell comedian like the boy way, because most people think I'm a boy anyway.
Nobody thinks you're a boy.
No, you'd be surprised, like, if they've never seen me before and I show up to a show and they're like, "You're Ty Davis?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, I thought you were a boy. Surprise, titties. So,
Titties.
yeah.
Poor.
And then, the voice is deep and,
Yeah.
so there's
It's
No,
sultry.
deep and
It's a sultry
yeah,
voice.
sultry. I was going to say sultry first.
Well, I beat you to it.
I can't have nothing, man.
Never forget your
But-
impersonation of my voice to hear.
Oh,
I laugh about that frequently.
You tried to impersonate Ty?
it's
Please-
coming,
can you please do
it's
it?
coming out on the app. I don't want to ruin it
Okay.
for people.
Oh,
on the app.
Jesus.
I'll show you
Okay.
off screen.
All right.
All
But
right.
yes, thank you, you guys.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later. See you next
Peace
week on another
out.
episode of More to the Story. Peace.